Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mindless Ways. Well, today we're going to do something special behind the camera today. You know, all my camera people, they were busy and I couldn't help them find one. So what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, a wok. We're doing some leftovers. I had some leftover shredded pork and I had some leftover rice. So what am I going to do? Wok plus pork plus rice equals stir fry. So also want to do, these are today's ingredients: cornstarch, Mr. Chow Chow sauce, also known as teriyaki. This is pork stock. If you can't get pork stock, because I made it one day, you can use beef. Worcestershire sauce, shing, product placement, soy sauce, and lemon juice. Because in Asian culture, they believe in 4 things: spiciness, sourness, sweet, and salty. That's what the lemon juice is for. It's salty. So I took about a half a cup of I took a half a cup of this Mr. Chow Chow sauce or teriyaki sauce. Took a half a cup of that. Took a half a cup of pork stock or beef stock. I took about 2 tablespoons of this, which is Worcestershire sauce. About 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. And I took 2 turns of the wrist, or which is equal to 1 ounce of lemon juice. And I used 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Get that all together, whisk it in a bowl, and that's what you got right there. Now in this bowl, this is where it's at. This is where the rest of it comes in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But in that bowl, you see, I'll pull one out. It's just an onion, and we got it coated with some mint, cilantro. We got salt on there for the salty part. Got some ground garlic on there. Got some onions on there. Onion powder to make it a little bit more spicier. Then we can use, for my spicy part, because I kind of like it sort of spicy, I use some ancho chili peppers, garlic, ginger, black pepper, crushed red pepper, some lemongrass. Lemongrass is very good in Thai culture and also Asian culture. This is kind of a Thai dish I'll be making you say, per se, I guess. And cayenne pepper, paprika, and cilantro, some more cilantro. And I'm also using ginger, because ginger is wide in Asian culture. So I'm going to move this and crank them on. All Asian culture, as you see. Cranked it on 6, about medium-high heat. In all Asian culture, everything's based on just prep. This took a long time to prep. I mean, if you're doing this fresh, the shredded pork, you want to cook it, cool it, then shred it. The rice, beforehand, for stir-fry rice, you need to cook it, then cool it. So, because if it's fresh rice, it'll just get too mushy in there, and none of it will really work. The sauce, pre-made, because you're going to see, I'm going to do something called a flash. Flash basically is, you see I have about 3 tablespoons of oil in here already, and I'm going to take this ingredient, dump it in, little mix real quick, dump the meat in. After I dump the meat in, dump the sauce in, and let that just sit and reduce for a couple minutes. And after I do that, I'm going to add the rice in at last and finish it all up, and then just plate it like that, and that'll be your stir fry. I want this to be smoking hot, like it has to be, because that's why it's called a flash. In Asian cultures, they love their woks at a high heat, because you have to have it high, fast, rapid. Everything's a go, 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 go type of thing. So I want this screaming hot, because you'll see me do this within seconds. That's why I mixed the seasonings in there with the onions so that I wasn't reaching across and making everything horrible and burning things. Because you're going to see how hot this wok will get once it starts to heat up. You see it heating up a little. You see the smoke coming off of it a little bit. I want a little bit more on that. And then back with Asian culture, you know, this is their 4 rounds right here. This is it. This is their everything. Everything they do, everything they make is really in the wok. Or in steamers. Because usually they like to build up flavors and build things up because they don't have room in Asian cultures. And you see how that's like really smoking up right there? It's almost ready. We're almost there. Don't be afraid when you make this at home. You're like, oh my gosh, it's smoking and I'm afraid I'm going to burn something. No, this is what they do. It's really fast, really rapid. It's a go type of ordeal. But in the Asian culture, they use bamboo steamers so that everything can just steam up because they don't have a lot of room for them. Alright. I'll get back to my Asian culture, but here we go. Flashing in 5, 4, 3, 1. See how fast I did that and how fast everything had to go in there? That's why you have to make sure everything's prepped and everything is put together so everything can go in there. Because we wanted all that smoke, and you see how I'm making a little hole right here? That's for the sauce. Give the sauce one more whisk. And I'm just going to pour them right on in there in the middle. Because the middle is your heat. That's your sense of heat. That's your source of heat right there. That's where everything hot is going to be done. So if you want to like have something rest, like this meat up here, push it up to the side. Because the sides aren't as hot, isn't as hot as the middle. Excuse me for the lens fogging up on you guys. Because I got it straight down there in the food. See it thickening up because of the cornstarch in there. So I'm going to just add the rest of it. And we're just really just see how fast everything is. Now we're just going to let this sit. I'm going to let it reduce down a little bit so all the flavors in there can, you know, kind of mesh for a moment. I got a clump of stuff down there I'm trying to get out. But basically that's it. You got to make sure everything, the word of the day when you do this is called mise en place. M-I-S-E-N-P-L-A-C-E. Mise en place. Mise en place means it's a French word for saying everything needs to be put in its place. That's how Asian cooking goes. Everything you do needs to be put in its place beforehand before you even fire the wok up. This is why you saw I had everything laid out at the right time, at the right temperature. Everything was perfectly done for me just to go in here and do my work. Because if you don't do your work fast like it did, like it was in here, you'll end up burning something. And no one wants to eat burnt food. So we're going to go back in there, start with the smokiness, guys. Turn it from a different angle so you guys don't smoke up. See how it's starting to thicken up? It's the Mr. Chow Chow or teriyaki sauce you use, because teriyaki sauce is a glaze. Basically, glazes are anything reduced down to its extreme form. One day, just for an experiment, go grab some chicken stock or some beef stock or vegetable stock and reduce it down to almost it's nothing in the pan. And then when you pick it up, it should coat the back of your spoon, and when you touch it, like touch it, it should be so sticky, it should be ridiculous. And that's what basically glazes that's what they are. It's a French word for it, but I can't remember it right now. Now you see how everything's, you know, we're moving inside the pan and it's really not too much liquid. It's just, you see me move it, you see that? See how the bottom of the pan's starting to come up right there? That line. Like that. That's when we know it's time to shut our wok off, because there'll be some carryover cooking. We get our rice that's already been cooked and dried, and it's like, you pick it up like I'm picking it up. It's kind of brittle-ish. You don't want that because it's too soft, because the rest of it, look, it'll soak up the sauce right in here. See how like a clump's about to come out? Get out. Crack that clump. You know, if you're good, you can toss your wok. You just want to flip up and under, up and under, up and under, and everything should coat. And basically, that's it. I don't want to flip too much under with one hand. I'm afraid everything's gonna crack out. You want to do this until the rice comes up to temperature. So you just taste a kernel of rice and you'll say, my rice is hot. Everything's done, because everything else in here is cooked. You can add more vegetables in here, because usually in Asian culture they like very colorful dishes. Me per se, I didn't have too much to add in here. You can add anything you want. They add any and everything. I'm adding a little bit of corn in here because that's what I had. I would have liked to have peppers and some more onions, and just I like bean sprouts for some reason. I love bean sprouts. I don't know why. Everyone else is like, ew, bean sprouts are so nasty. And like alfalfa sprouts, I love those. I'll toss those in here if I like them. If you like zucchini, toss more in the end. All the soft squashes type of things, so they don't get too soft and smushy and just break up on you. But really, any vegetable you like. If you want asparagus in there, throw some asparagus. If you want broccoli in here, throw some broccoli in here. Make sure you cook it first. And that's really about it. And that's stir fry. And all of its stir fryiness. And it's all done and it's ready to eat. It's a great way to get rid of leftovers. Look, no more beef. Pork. No more, a little bit of rice still. And I got something great to eat for a couple more days, so it'll be all good. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see my face. Yeah, I'm in normal clothes today. You know, since I was behind the scenes, I didn't really have to dress up. But yeah, thank you guys. You know, any more requests you guys want to do, leftover special, I decided to do it. So that's really it. And yeah, that's about all. And all that peace, love, happiness, all that good stuff. Love it all. Thank you guys for the love and support of everything that you guys do for me. Keep showing support, keep showing love. Follow me on Twitter at TEANNSMTH. Go like the Facebook fan page, Mindless Ways. And you know, keep showing me support. Throw some fun ideas in here for me and I'll do something. Sorry that the video's been late. I'm sorry I've been caught up in schoolwork. You know, school does come first before the videos, even though you guys love my videos. I gotta get an education first. You know, so I can be a real chef one day and do this for some money maybe. But keep coming at me. Love you guys. Peace.